And welcome back to the video on the Wrestle Debate and to another edition of Raw out of 10. We're kind of just building towards day one pay-per-view at the moment, heading into the festive period of course. But yeah, let's see what's going on. Bobby Lashley was reintroduced into the title picture last week and we get some major developments on that this week, so let's get straight into it. And Lashley and MVP kicked off Raw and said that Seth Rollins, Owens and Big E were disrespectful to the Almighty and Lashley should be added to the match at day one. Owens came out and objected to him being in the title match, saying that Lashley did not earn it. Seth walked out and agreed with KO before they tried to change the rules. Big E joined them as well and reminding us that he beat Lashley twice. Pierce in the field then walked out and saying that Lashley must beat all of them tonight if he wants a title shot, and that kind of set out the scene for the night. But yeah, this is a decent promo to start off with. Real way of getting Lashley into the title picture. I'll go more into depth later. But you know, for a start to Raw, it wasn't terrible. Backstage, Riddle was still trying to get Randy Orton to take up broadcasting or become a showman. Orton wasn't impressed before he announced that he would be taking on Otis later on. Rollins, Owens and Big E were backstage arguing about the upcoming match and said that Big E said he would retain the title on Madden Watch before he got Riddle versus Otis. Riddle was taken down earlier on by Otis before the original Braun lasers and kicks. After the break, the Alpha Academy were members dominating Riddle before he got a big knee strike. And yeah, he continued to dominate and he hit a trademark power slam to get the win. Surprised at this, but it's a good push for Otis. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Went really high in Riddle. But anyway, moving on, Gable rushed to the ring after the match, but Randy came in and hit an RKO before Otis and the Viper took him out with a discus elbow. For the first match on Raw, it was decent. Others keep on saying I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Next up we got Bianca Belair versus Doudrop. Doudrop had no entrance music as she walked out to the ring and joined Belair. Doudrop had the power advantage and countered Belair very often before Belair got drop kicked. Doudrop then hit a big slam off a counter before Bianca was down and Doudrop onto her, hitting a CI2 suplex from near fall. Doudrop was down after the powerbomb and went to the corner and followed up with a 450 splash to give Bianca the win. Doudrop attacked Belair as she exited the arena and took her down. This was an interesting match. It was very 50-50 booking. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. To be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of it. Before we got the first of Bobby Lashley's matches against Kevin Owens, Owens unloaded on Lashley as the match began before he came up with vertical suplex. Owens missed a senton and Lashley got a super kick before Owens came up with a cannonball. MVP taunted Lashley from the inside to get him angry as the match continued. Owens took a massive slam but was able to reverse it and Lashley managed to get the hurt lock locked in to pick up the win. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. For Lashley's first match, it was decent enough. Quick enough in, but still a decent match, didn't barely KO. On the whole, it was cool. Becky linked with out next and said that Liv Morgan hasn't been able to match her up in any way. She showed some pictures of the match last week before Morgan came out and accused her of cheating. Morgan said she knew she could beat Becky and wasn't about to give up and challenging her to a match at day one. Lynch said that Morgan could have used some of the same strategies as her, but she chose not to do anything. Becky took control of the brawl as they headed outside the ring and put Liv's hand in between the steel steps before stalling into the middle. After the brawl was over, Becky accepted the challenge knowing Liv was injured and walked out. This was a decent enough promo. Happy this is continuing to the next pay-per-view because it deserved it. Before AJ was backstage on Raw and said that he wasn't ready to give up on Amos and their team, Owens said he wasn't ready to break up either. Before R-Truth and Tozawa were chasing the 24/7 title before Tamina showed up as well. Brooke and Reggie ran away with the belt before Tamina wanted Truth and Tozawa to stay out of the way. Before we got Balor and Priest versus the Dirty Dogs. Rude unloaded on Priest as the match began and Ziggler was tagged in and attacking Damian. After a break, Balor sent in Ziggler into the corner before Austin Theory got in the open, took Balor out. This distraction allowed the Dirty Dogs to pick up the win with the zigzag and Austin Theory took a selfie with Balor afterwards. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Kind of predictable where you're going, it would say, but on the whole, it was a decent enough match and I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Next up was Rhea Ripley versus Queen Zelina. Ripley lifted and dropped Vega on as the match began on Raw. Carmella ran a distraction before Carmella and Nikki were told to leave the ring, allowing Vega to roll Ripley up as a distraction, and that was basically it. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Such a waste of Ripley. I know she was doing great. She wasn't doing great earlier in the year, but at least she wasn't getting squashed in 2 minutes. The Zelina was just turned into prime Charlotte Flair. To be honest, wasn't a huge fan of this. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Being another win for Queen Zelina, not all bad. Before Owens wanted to help Rollins in his match, but Owens rejected it. before Lashley began the match against Rollins. Lashley had the early advantage, but back in the ring, Rollins was being tossed around before he rolled out and Owens came out and attacked him at ringside. The referee called disqualification. However, Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville walked out and restarted the match, making this Lashley's next match with Big E, and no disqualification back. Lashley got a spear after the match was restarted and picked up the quick win. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. To be honest, wasn't overly keen on this. It kind of felt like a way to job out Owens, make him look really stupid, and Seth Rollins kind of got buried as well. So yeah, wasn't a great fan of this. Before backstage, Austin Theory walked into Vince's office and tried to show him a selfie he took earlier in the night. Vince was not impressed and told him that they weren't friends before taking out the deadliest weapon you could find, the eraser with his pencil. What a guy. Before they got The Miz and Maurice out next from Miz TV. Miz ran a fake Hall of Fame induction, saying he was going to beat Edge. At day one, Edge walked out calling Miz a squeaky wheel before saying that he was overcompensating for his insecurities. The Hall of Famers said that on day one he will teach Miz a lesson. Miz splashed his drink on Edge's face and attacked him. Edge turned it around before the Lady Vista pulled Maurice away. Edge stopped in his tracks before Miz hit a skull-crushing finale to take him out. Miz and Maurice had a big fight about the Human Shield incident and the latter slapped him before walking out. This was good, just kind of building up that little bit of tension, creating a bit of a man between Miz and Maurice. This was solid stuff. Backstage on Raw, he told Owens and Rollins not to come anywhere near his match with Lashley. Before we eventually did get into the match, Lashley versus he went for a table early on before Lashley took him down and MVP went ahead. Big E got near fall on Lashley in the ring before going back for a table and bringing it into the ring. Big E tried to put Lashley through it, but the Almighty reversed him. Big E hit 3 basic suplex before missing a splash. Back after a break, E was unloading on Lashley on the apron and got the splash before the Almighty sent the champ into ring post before slamming him in the ring table. Big E was sent through the table in the ring before Lashley got a near fall. Big E was dominating at ringside and Lashley then sent the steel steps at him. Rollins and Owens rushed down and attacked Lashley, but E got up and attacked Rollins and KO. The duo beat E down before Lashley joined the ball. E sent KO through the table while Lashley speared Rollins, and MVP came and attacked Big E, and that allowed Lashley to pick up the win. Lots of interference station here. I mean, to be honest, it was a predictable end. Did I really like it? No. It made the WWE champ look weak, made the other 3 members in the match look weak as well. So yes, to be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of this. Raw this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. It was an okay episode of Raw. There was decent stuff in the middle of the card and some strong stuff towards the end. But yeah, it was just that main event. I just kind of wasn't a huge fan of this storyline throughout the session. But it wasn't as bad as Raw from early this year. So it's not all bad. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, download, follow me on Twitter, Instagram for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on screen. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.